Welcome to You Can Do It. I'm your host, Chris, and in this video, we're going to be replacing the torsion garage door springs here. We have a broken one, and we ordered a set, and we're going to be replacing both of them, and we're going to show you how you can do it. First thing you want to do is you want to unplug the lift motor. You want to disconnect it, pull the cord out. If you have a battery backup, you'll want to disconnect that as well. You'll also want to locate the rope where you can disconnect your garage door from the track system itself by simply pulling down on it and releasing it from the chain-driven track. Next, we're going to take a pair of vice grips here, and we're going to locate a wheel right here. This one here works for us. We're going to insert this in and tighten it up here, get it just over the wheel, and you don't want to squeeze it to where you bend your track, but make sure it's snug and tighten it up. Why we're installing this is that when we go to unwind the non-broken spring, the one on the left, we don't want the door to roll up on us. All right, the next thing you're going to want to do is we are going to carefully and cautiously release the tension that's on this spring here that's not broke. You don't want to be over here taking these bolts out on this end. What you want to do is you want to make sure you get 2 bars that are for garage door springs. These are 1/2 inch diameter. They perfectly fit in these holes here. You don't want to have anything that is going to be real sloppy in here because it'll cause injury. And you'll need a 7/16 wrench, or you could use a 7/16 socket that's for a square head. I'm going to use a 7/16 wrench, and you're going to hold on to the bar and slowly loosen up each screw. You got 2 on there, and you'll loosen those up and hold the bar, and you'll start to feel some pull on it when you begin to do so. So now I've loosened up both screws and I relieved the pressure, but I'm going to have to do this about 29 to 30 times, these 1/2 quarter turns here. So I put the next bar in, lift it up, relieve it, and bring this down carefully. And just keep repeating that until you get all the tension off the spring to where it can slide back and forth after we release these 2 bolts over here. So now that the spring tension has been taken off, sitting there, you're going to take a 9/16 wrench, and you've got a nut, 2 nuts, and a bolt on each side. You're going to take those out and remove them so that we can get both spring assemblies loose. If you want to use a power tool, you can. I'm just going to do it by hand. Once you get your bolts out, you'll be able to slide the springs to the outer ends, each one. They should slide. If not, you might have a burr on the bar here that you'll have to file. If it doesn't slide all the way down, in this case, there is a burr there. We'll have to file that down. Well, I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to want to take a metal file here. You'll see up here on the bar where those set screws were set, it's left some pretty divoted areas right here. And sometimes when you go to put the new ones on, they won't slide over that. So you need to just take your file and just kind of smooth it all out. Wherever you feel those burrs, just smooth it out, get all those burrs down. and it'll slide on nice and easy. Moving on to the next step, we're over here at the cable drum. We've got 2 set screws here. We're going to loosen those up and pull the cable drum back to get us some slack on the bar here so that we can pull it out of the holder. So I'll give you a better view of what this looks like. So here you have the 2 screws. You got a screw here and a set screw here. You're going to loosen both those up and slide the drum towards the center of the garage door. Once you get that off, you'll want to remove the cable from the pulley. Just kind of drape it over the cable here. You just take it out of the holder and just pull the drum back. Oh, you don't have to bring it to the center, but just probably right there. That's good. We're going to go over to the other drum and we're going to do the same thing. Once again, carefully pull off your cable. You can kind of see how it goes on. Then just kind of drape it off to the side. You don't lose it down into the door. Slide it back. All right, next step, we're going to take the bar that goes all the way across. We're going to slide it out of the bracket on the left side here and pull the drum off. We'll set that off to the side for a minute where it doesn't fall. Actually, we'll hold on to it. We'll pull this spring off. Now you can bend these springs if you have to in order to get them off. There we go. Here we have the old spring right here. Notice that it is painted red on the end. You've got your red one here and the black one over here. These are the new springs. You're just going to replace like for like. So this red one here, if I'm standing in front of the garage, it's going to go on the left side. The black one is on the right. Yeah. So the red spring, they call it the right hand wound spring. So I'm going to go ahead and install that and slide it onto the bar. Just like I took the old one off. Might be kind of difficult. You got stuff in the way, but you can bend it a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and slide that on, and then go ahead and put your cable drum back on. We'll go ahead and slide that on over. We're going to go to the other side and do the same thing. Put the new spring on. Make sure your set screws on the new spring are pulled all the way out. Slide that on. And put the pulley back on the way it was. And then go ahead and slide your springs all the way to the center bracket. Now that we've got both springs on, we're going to go ahead and join them together at the main bracket. You want to make sure your bar here is spaced evenly on both sides. You can probably pretty much guess where it was at because there's some wear marks on the bar. So you'll get that back where it's at and then slide both springs back over up on the actual bracket and then position the bolts, tighten it up. So now we're going to go ahead and put back together the left drum here. You'll see that there's a little notch here in the side. You'll find your cable in. Make sure it's free. It's not twisted up, going through one of your wheels, or make sure it's coming straight up the front of the track here. Locate the end of the cable, and on the side here, you'll see a notch in the pulley. You'll just stick it right in the side, and it has slotted tracks. You want to make sure that you feed the cable onto the slotted track, and you'll push the pulley all the way over to the left side there. Make sure that it's nice and taut. So as you're holding it, go ahead and start snugging up the bolts. So as the bolt begins to bite down on the bar, as soon as you feel it bite down, you're going to go to half turn. And you'll come back to the other one. You'll go to the other one, start tightening that one up as well. As soon as it begins to bite down, you go half turn and go to the other one, quarter turn, quarter turn. Then you'll take a pair of vice grips with your hand on the pulley, making sure that the cable is taut. You'll take the vice grips, put it on the bar up against either the ceiling or the header, and tighten them down so the bar can't move. And then go on over to the right pulley and begin to assemble that one. So here's a better close-up of what the drum looks like. It's got these grooves in it. And so you've got the slot right here on the side here, and then you've got your cable end, and that just slides right into the side there. Stick it into that slot, and then once you get it in there, you'll feed it up onto the right side. You can see the grooves right here, and it'll just stay on the right side, and just carefully feed that until you get the cable nice and tight, and then you'll go ahead and snug up the set screws here and torque it down just the way we did it on the left side. Starting with the right hand wound spring, we're going to turn this 31 times. It's a 7-foot door, so we're going to do 31 quarter turns. So a quarter turn would be from here to there, and then you'd put the bar in again and do it again. So there's 2 turns. We're going to do this 31 times. So when you're winding the spring, you want to just kind of stay off to the side when you're getting it under pressure, and make sure the bar is installed all the way. You don't want to be just barely in the hole, but you want to be all the way in, and you just don't want to be over in here. Just kind of stay clear of the end of the cone when you're putting pressure on it and releasing it and putting the next bar in the next hole, just to be on the safe side, because as you begin winding it, you'll feel it getting tighter and tighter. Just take your time and do your 31 turns. 31. Now that we've got 31 turns, we're going to go ahead and tighten up the set screws. So once you get it to where the set screw bites, go a half turn. Same with the other one. As soon as it bites, go a half turn. Then go ahead and put the bar in. Just lift up on it to pull out the bar. You're good to go to the other side. All right, we're going to go to each side and we're going to just check the cables, make sure everything looks good. We're going to take the vice grips off our pipe, the bar, and we'll go to the other side and we'll take the vice grips off the track over there and also check the cable. Check the cable, just make sure there's no slack in it. It's nice and tight, and it's also on the pulley. Everything looks good. Next step, we're going to go ahead, now that we got the vice grips off, we're going to see how well balanced it is. If we've got enough torque on the springs or too much torque, we're just going to lift it by hand. Make sure you hold on to the rope so it doesn't catch the track up there, and just kind of, it should just kind of go up gradually. Now this is a solid wood door, so pretty good. I mean, it's just, it's right there where we want it. It just kind of gradually comes down. Don't have to use too much effort. Now, if for some reason your door wants to go up on its own and you don't have it locked in, but it's wanting to kind of go up, it may be that you have too much pressure, too much torque on the spring, and you'll have to back it off a quarter turn or two. So you just simply reverse what you did there, get your bar set in there, and then back off the screws, let it come down, quarter turn, and then tighten it up, and you should be good to go on that, depending on your door. Well, everything went smoothly on the install, went up nice and easy. I hope this video helped you out. We will have all of the parts in the links down below if you'd like to order these springs. And so stay tuned for our next video. I hope this video helped you out. Have a good day.